Good morning, Matt from Glaucoma Pirates again. So this is your update now from the surgery that happened on Thursday, and also the follow-up which happened this morning, which is now Friday, Friday the 3rd. I'm going to try and say less, because I've noticed that I do it a lot in all the videos. So I'm going to try really hard. I'm not making any promises because sometimes I have to think about what I'm just about to say because nothing's scripted. So apologies in advance if I do a lot. Okay, so surgery day went as usual. Got there at 7:30. Was again luckily shown straight to my bed. Had all the usual pre-op stuff. So the anaesthetist comes to see you, the nurse does all the obs, and then the surgeon comes to see you to talk through what they're doing. The plan was just to revise the Baerveldt implant, mainly the tube and where the suture or stitch sealed the tube as it was leaking, which was basically the problem. So that was the idea. Went down about 10:15 for surgery. It was expected to take about an hour. If you remember, I opted for the general anaesthetic. So glad I did now, as it ended up taking closer to 2 hours. Woke up I woke up this time, weirdly, at the end of the operation, obviously, but in theatre. So I remember being taken into the recovery room, which normally I wake up in the recovery room. So that was different. Also, that was different about this surgery is, as well as the general anaesthetic, they also gave me a block, which is like a local anaesthetic as well. And so when I woke up, my face was numb and pins and needles like that. When you have Novocaine at the dentist, it was similar to that. When that wears off, my whole face was like that. But it was perfectly fine. I was perfectly happy with that. I didn't suffer any after effects from the general anaesthetic at all this time. I don't know if it was slightly different than usual, but I didn't feel any sort of lightheadedness or giddiness or anything at all. So I was able to get dressed quite quickly. I was only in the recovery room this time for about half an hour, and then whisked back to the ward. So that was all great. Eating and drinking against the loo. And I actually got out earlier than I've ever got out from day surgery. I was released about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So that was all good, really. Went home with the eye patch on. Bag of meds again. Same meds as before. So those are they're 3 of the 4 drops that I'm taking. I'm also taking the Dexa-free. I'm just showing you the boxes so you know what they look like. I said sorry. Yeah, got home. Anaesthetic worked. Like I say, I think I was a bit high yesterday. I was when I got home, I was cheerful. I couldn't stop talking. I was, happy. Relatively pain-free. It wasn't till sort of later that evening, so about 10 o'clock, the pain started to kick in. And when I say pain, it wasn't like before, which was more of a headache pain. And this was a sort of sharp, like a cut eye sort of pain, like a stabbing sort of pain, which has continued ever since. So went in then this morning, which is Friday the 4th. I was due in at 9 o'clock for my post-operative follow-up with the surgeon. That she actually I had to keep the bandage and the shield on until I got there today. So they took that off. When they took it off, it was very, very weepy. There was lots of dried, like, mucus and stuff sticking my eye together and all that. So cleaning that off, did a thorough examination. She said a lot of things and I can't remember all of them. The pressure is still 4, which it was pre-op. She was hoping that might have gone up a little bit, but I'm not too concerned at the moment. The eye itself, I put some images up of what the eye looks like now, sort of close up for you. But it looks worse than probably it did before or as after any other surgery. It's quite sore in the corners, but she did say that she did have to do quite a lot with the eye. A lot of pulling it about, and a lot more stitches are in it now. And some of the stitches are more protruding because of the way she's had to do it, basically. So there are a couple of stitches that are protruding slightly and are rubbing, and she said she will trim those down over the next week or two, but she needs to leave them for now. So I'm just taking extra of the sort of moisturising teardrops, they call them. So rather than taking like 4 or 6 a day, I'm just taking them as and when I want, really. So I'm pretty much constantly putting those in just to ease the sensation of the pain of the rubbing. Other than that, I'm feeling okay. I'm in myself. Like I said, I think it helps that I think last time I had quite a while where I was still quite nauseous and from the anaesthetic and lightheaded, and I haven't had that, touch wood, yet this time. So I'm feeling better in myself, although the eye is feeling sort of sore. Vision wise, it's the same as it was before, really, just lights and shadows. So I can make out what things are, but I can't see any detail or anything like that with my left eye. She also, as well as a thorough examination, said that, you know, it looks okay, but it's a bit early to tell, and anything can change at any moment. So I'm going back next Tuesday for my next follow-up, when she's hoping that it might settle down a little bit more. So I haven't really got any conclusive answers. Has it worked? Hasn't it worked? You know, I know I've still got to go back in, you know, 3 months and have the stitch removed from the tube so that it's working properly. So I'm afraid I haven't got any answers. I don't know how it's all going to pan out, but I'm just keeping you up to date as bits and bobs as it goes. You probably tell the cat's back again, making a racket if you hear Bell going off. Still got a bit of an arrow left on my head by the looks of it, so I'll have to get that cleaned off later. Again, stop it. So yeah, that's where we are. I've just got back home, going back next Tuesday, and that's it. So the only other thing I wanted to say really before I go is just it was emphasised to me whilst talking to the surgeon today that my glaucoma is. I'm trying. What I'm trying to say is I don't want to. Some of my videos, you know, I try and put positive spins on it, but sometimes I'm just realistic and honest, and have to be. When I'm feeling rubbish, I have to say that I'm feeling rubbish. And what I'm really anxious about now is people looking at all the videos and thinking this is going to happen to them because they've been diagnosed with glaucoma. The specialist emphasised today, and it made me think I should say something to you all, is that my glaucoma is quite complex. It's quite an unusual one, and even they've said, you know, I've had to go through a lot in a very short period of time, and it is a rare occurrence. It's a rare thing, so you probably won't have to have anything like I've had. And you know, 95% of glaucoma is controlled just by eye drops for very, very long periods of time. So I don't want anyone watching this immediately on their diagnosis and thinking, oh, I'll have to go through everything that this guy's gone through. You're probably not. In fact, it's quite unusual that you will. So please don't worry about that. But the idea is to put all my experiences on here, and one of those experiences might be something that somebody might want to look up in the future, and hopefully it helps. So yeah, I just wanted to put that little disclaimer there. So I will do another video next week after I've been on Tuesday, let you know how I'm getting on. But as you can probably tell, I'm in a bit of a better place, a bit happier at the moment. This surgery, although it seemed more aggressive to the eye, actually I feel a lot better in myself and a lot not as affected by, I think, the anaesthetic and whatever else it was last time. That made me feel really rotten. So far so good. Hopefully that continues, and I'll catch you next week. Yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Cheers, guys. Ta-ra.